11, if you're listening.
Stranger Things first premiered on Netflix back in 2016, and ever since, it has been consistently one of the most popular and sought-after television shows around. The Duffer Brothers have done a great job of mixing 80s nostalgia with this suspense-filled story, crafting an addictive series that we can't seem to get enough of. The series gets its feel from the classics, from the likes of Steven Spielberg and Stephen King. This original sci-fi story, packed with interesting characters, has been top priority, and fans are anticipating the release of the fourth installment. Hey everyone, welcome back to Celeb Mania, and in today's video, we'll be giving you all the details you might have missed out on in the coming Stranger Things Season 4. We all know that ever since the announcement of a fourth installment, all eyes have been on the season. No doubt Stranger Things Season 4 is one of the most anticipated new seasons currently in the offing. Fans are eager about everything the coming season entails, and we have assembled the details right here for you. Let's dive in. Release date. Netflix has not yet announced when the fourth season of Stranger Things will premiere, but we learned that the new season will likely premiere sometime in 2022. This was released in August, but we're not sure yet exactly when the season will be released in 2022. No doubt the initial plan that Netflix has was greatly impacted by the COVID-19 lockdown. The filming of Stranger Things Season 4 began in January 2020, but they could only film for a couple of months before production was shut down completely due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Filming didn't resume until October 2020. The film was initially supposed to last 7 months, from January to August 2020. But even at that, the series has a long schedule for post-production. We know that there will be at least a 4-month gap between the time filming ends and the premiere of Stranger Things Season 4, and at the longest, premiere would be a couple of more months. We have reasons to believe that the fourth season of Stranger Things will be released sometime in the early months of 2022. The cast. Of course, Stranger Things Season 4 will be incomplete without the main ensemble, so expect to see Millie Bobby Brown, Gaten Matarazzo, Noah Schnapp, Finn Wolfhard, Sadie Sink, Caleb McLaughlin, Charlie Heaton, David Harbour, Natalie Dyer, Winona Ryder, Maya Hawke, and Joe Carey. In addition, Cara Buono, Priya Ferguson, and Brett German have been promoted. They've now become season regulars for the fourth installment of Stranger Things. Matthew Modine will also be returning as Martin Brenner, and his return was confirmed in the trailer. New additions to the cast include Eduardo Franco, Jamie Campbell Bower, and Joseph Quinn. They will be series regulars together with Robert Englund, Nicola Dorico, Tom Walshia, Joel Stauffer, Mason Dye, Sherman Augustus, Tyner Rushing, and Miles Truitt. Joe Trest, Regina Ting Chen, Ambeth McNulty, and Grace Van Dyne cast in recurring roles. Joseph Quinn plays Eddie Munson. He's an audacious 80s metalhead. He runs the Hellfire Club, Hawkins High School's official Dungeons & Dragons club. He's hated by those who don't understand him, but loved by those who do. Eddie will soon find himself at the terrifying epicenter of the mysteries that are about to unfold in Season 4. Dimitri will be played by Tom Walshia. He is a Russian prison guard who becomes friends with Hopper during his imprisonment. The question of Dimitri's trust is probed as Hopper plots his own escape. He's described as cunning, charming, and smart. Jamie Campbell Bower will be playing Peter Ballard, a caring man who works as an orderly in a psychiatric hospital. Eduardo Franco will act as Jonathan's, Charlie Heaton's, new best friend Argyle. Argyle is described as fun-loving, who works as a delivery man for Surfer Boy Pizza. Sherman Augustus plays Lieutenant Colonel Sullivan. He's an intelligent, no-nonsense man, and he believes he knows how to stop the evils in Hawkins once and for all. Mason Dye takes the role of the handsome rich kid, Jason Carver. He's a jock known to be dating the most popular girl in school. Jason finds his perfect world unraveling as a new evil threatens Hawkins. Nikolai Dorico plays Yuri in the new season of Stranger Things. Yuri is a seedy and unpredictable Russian smuggler who loves crunchy-style peanut butter, cold hard cash, and bad jokes. And with an ease, Ambeth McNulty will play as Vicky. Vicky is a cool and fast-talking band nerd who catches the eye of one of our beloved heroes. Stranger Things Season 4 story. There have been a lot of speculations as to what Stranger Things Season 4 will be about, but before we get into that, here's a recap of what happened in Season 3. Stranger Things Season 3 begins a year following the ending of Season 2. Although they have been off our screen, romance happened within those 12 months of absence. Mike and Eleven are officially a thing, same as Max and Lucas. Aside from that, there have been a long train of solving mysteries. Joyce finds out that the magnets at the Starcourt Mall have somehow lost their magnetism. Hopper struggles to parent Eleven, who has now become a teenager, as he tries as much as possible to stop her and Mike from exploring other aspects of their relationship. Simply put, there was a lot of making out and Hopper would rather not have that. Meanwhile, Dustin returns from a science camp, where he has also found love with a girl named Susie. Susie is a Mormon whose parents have banned her from contacting Dustin. Dustin doesn't back down as he tries to build a makeshift radio in order to communicate with her. Unfortunately, the radio is intercepted, and Dustin hears a secret Russian message. Of course, the birth of the 1980s would not be complete without the opening of the shopping mall Starcourt Mall. Steve gets his job working at Scoops Ahoy, which is in the mall, with his classmate Robin. Dustin goes to meet Steve at the Starcourt Mall for help in translating the Russian message that he had heard, and he was suspicious of its true meaning. With the help of Robin and Steve, Dustin discovers the true meaning behind the Russian message. They learn that there are Russians in Hawkins who will use the Starcourt Mall to reopen the Upside Down. In the typical Stranger Things fashion, Erica and the trio head to the mall to investigate. Unfortunately, they become stuck in an elevator and are ultimately taken as prisoners by the Russians. Dustin and Erica manage to escape, but Robin and Steve are held hostage. They're interrogated, beaten, and they're forced to take truth serum. Luckily, they're saved by Dustin and Erica. After the escape, they all have a heart-to-heart conversation in the mall, and Robin comes out as gay to Steve. Billy, on the other hand, works at the community pool, and in an attempt to participate in an affair with Mrs. Wheeler, he crashes his car and gets possessed by a mind flayer. Jonathan and Nancy manage to get an internship at the Hawkins Gazette. There, Jonathan is respected by his colleagues as a photographer. Nancy, on the other hand, is not taken seriously by the male staff as a journalist. The duo decided to interview Mrs. Driscoll, who claims to have seen a rat that has been possessed by Billy's demon, aka the Mind Flayer. 11 decided to spy on Billy since he's been possessed, and suspects that he's been possessed by the Mind Flayer. She traps him in the pool sauna, and the gang proves their suspicion when Billy is seen to be clearly affected by the heat. The Mind Flayer cannot stand heat. He tries to kill 11, but he is unsuccessful, after which he escapes. Towards the end of the season, the Mind Flayer finds the gang at the Hopper's cabin and attacks 11 by biting her leg. Although 11 removed the remnants of the Mind Flayer from her body, it appears that she has lost her powers. Hopper discovers that the mayor of Hawkins Town was allowing the Russians to use the mall and other properties to smuggle unknown liquid substances in and out of Hawkins. He realizes that it was at one of the previously mentioned properties that he and Joyce met a Russian scientist, Alexei. The scientist doesn't speak English, so they take him to Murray to serve as a translator. Murray is a journalist from Stranger Things Season 2. Alexis is able to tell him of the Russians' plan to reopen the dreaded Upside Down. This comes as a shock, since they all thought they had gotten rid of it. Hopper and Joyce run into a Russian enforcer who kills Alexis for betraying them. And this is the part where it gets interesting. In an attempt to close the gate, Hopper leads an attacker away from Joyce, and he meets his untimely fate. When he realizes that there's no way for him to get away from the gate in time, he sacrifices himself so that Joyce can close the gate. This will simultaneously save Hawkins and kill the Mind Flayer. In the final episode of Stranger Things Season 3, we see Joyce and her family moving out of Hawkins, and moving with them is 11. Now that the third season has ended this way, one could tell that the fourth season will be packed. There's a lot of speculation that Season 4 will focus on the untold stories of 11 and Hopper. In a trailer that was released, we found out that Hopper did not die as we thought, and it would be interesting to know how he survived, and how he got to be in a Russian prison. Also, we know the Stranger Things Season 4 will see 11 trying to familiarize herself with the new environment and also get acquainted with her family. There's also speculation that 11 may not have her own powers in Season 4. In a new trailer that was released, we were informed that some events will not be happening in Hawkins. There was a text on the screen that said, "We are not in Hawkins." This could mean that some of the events would not be in Hawkins, and could also mean that the entire episodes of Season 4 will not be in Hawkins. Since the fourth season started filming a long time after the third, the gang don't really look like teenagers anymore. This means that they may not be in their teenage years. Whatever the story is, we would be blown away by it. If you made it this far, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And don't forget to share it with your friends. While you're here, go ahead and click on one of these two videos on your screen. We'll see you there.